Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm going to be walking you through my website that I created this semester. It is a guide to NCAA swimming with Coach Allie. That would be me. So the point of this is just to give you some tips and guidance to being recruited and helping you through the recruiting process of becoming a college swimming athlete. So we're going to click through to find help in making our college athletics dream come true. And I've just attached a picture here of a swimming pool because that's what the website is based upon. So I have my bio page, a little bit about me. I'm an LSU student majoring in interdisciplinary studies with focuses in business, communications, and social work. I have learned to love Louisiana. I did not grow up here. I grew up in New Jersey, where I first started swimming. So I've been doing it for a very long time, and in 2017 I was presented with the opportunity to swim here at LSU. So I've been swimming for a very long time, so it's always been a part of my life. So I would love to keep coaching, and that seems like a fitting job for me. I started working as a swim instructor at the age of 14 with kids ages from 6 months all the way up to 18. I love it. I love working with kids and expanding my knowledge as well as sharing my love for the sport with other people. And I continue to do so when I moved here to LSU in Baton Rouge. Here's just a picture of me. It's actually my roster picture from my junior year of competing. So we're going to go onto my resource page. This can be used as a resource page just in general, just to give out some links to websites that are helpful to whatever your topic may be of your website. But for me, we're focusing on NCAA athletes, so I have top 50 recruiting tips just to help you understand the basics. And then we have a link to Swimming World Magazine News, which is a very, very well-known magazine in the swimming world, not just college swimming, all swimming, club swimming, age group swimming in general. So I needed to include that in there just because it's a well-known thing. A swimmer looking at my website who's trying to be recruited will recognize that. D1 college swimming, diving, NCAA home, the NCAA main website, just to show the history of NCAA, team rankings, more about NCAA swimming, athletic scholarship facts. I didn't know much about how scholarships worked when I was being recruited, so I thought that'd be a very good resource to have. And then finding the right college as an athlete, which is also important. Then we just have some more links found from my classmates that I think were just very helpful in the professional world to enhance learning. So we're going to move on to my personal choice page, which I also used a resource page for myself and how I would like to learn how to become a better leader and coach to my athletes. It's one thing to know a lot of stuff about the technical side of swimming, but being a good person and coach to your athletes is just as important. So that just kind of shows credibility, and I know a lot about swimming and what it takes. So we can look through that. That's important just because, again, it shows that I've looked into coaching, so it makes my website more credible to people that look at it, and we'll see that I have done my research. So we're going to go to my technology projects next. My digital story did choose to do a personal take on it. So I chose to do this because I went through the recruiting process, so someone who's looking at my website for that same reason can see the commitment I had, the showcasing at meets, communication, recruiting trips, and ultimate decision, choosing the school you love by following your heart. Just kind of gives them a sense of ease knowing they're doing maybe the right things that they need to do to get to that point. So I was happy with how my digital story came out. I used all my personal pictures just to kind of show that I went through this process, and it's a hard and long process to get there, but ultimately you'll find where you're meant to be. So hopefully people that view my website enjoy it and see and educates them a little bit more about how things work regarding going into college swimming and what it takes to get there. We're going to go to my personal learning environment and network next. So here I just defined the two. So you can read through those. And then I just have two little graph examples kind of to enhance the definition. Then I included my personal learning environment. So that's going to include swimming blogs, social media, which is very big in not just college swimming recruiting, but college athletics in general. Websites, just some websites that you would use in this situation, being recruited, college swimming, NCAA, and your potential school's team website. And then these are two very well-known swimming blogs in the swimming world. Swim nerds, as we like to say. Alright, and now I just have my personal learning network chart. So throughout the semester, we learned about blogs, so I have my definitions and different examples. Curation tools, definition, examples, so people can kind of get a feel for what they are and what they do, and then microblogs, definition, examples. So we did a couple reflections on a blog that we looked at. We did a couple reflections on a curation tool that we looked at. It was Digo, and then reflection on a microblog that we looked at. So those are just 3 reflections that I did, kind of shows I did some work into this website. And it can just educate people more so on 3 different types of resources and tools that are important to know about. So I'm glad that we included those in there. Next, we have my website evaluation. And out of the list that was provided, I did choose a website I've never heard of that revolves around the teaching profession. So hopefully this will load. We'll look at it. I did choose an interactive game website sort of thing for younger students, kindergartner education, computer games. So here's just my evaluation. We can look at it, enhance their knowledge or whatever content they're learning to make things interactive and fun, because overall that's what kids likes, and I think that's really important to not just be sitting there speaking to kids all day, but to make it engaging so they'll enjoy it and they'll be learning without really knowing they're learning. I think is the best way because it'll stick in their brain longer. So overall I thought this was a very good website, and you can look further into that. But I enjoyed looking at that website. It was fun to look at a website made for little kids and learning. We're going to look at my mobile apps next. So I did a little slideshow designed to educate you on Kahoot. So Kahoot is just a mobile app that's designed to engage student learning in a fun way. Just a little overview of it. Just the basics, compatibility. It's really good on iPhones, laptops, iPads, Androids. Can be used in the classroom in multiple ways. As quizzes, reviews, creating their own content to make things more interactive, and then just like used in many ways. So Kahoot's a great website to use. For educational purposes. And then I also have under my technology project my thematic slideshow. So just wanted to keep going with the theme of college tips. So I just went with your grades matter, not just what you do on the field or in the pool. The amount of resources you have is unmatched and excessive, so use them. It's time consuming, you don't have a lot of time to go home, so you need to keep that into consideration. Swimming season, Christmas goes through it, so obviously you're going to have to go back to school. Not a lot of time at home, you got to go back for winter training. More training than you're used to, so you got to be ready for that. Do it for you, but for your team. Ultimately, swimming is seen as an individual sport, but when you come to college, you compete for your university. Pick a school you love, not a coach you love. Coaches will come and go. I've experienced that firsthand, but I love LSU. No matter who's coaching me. I love the school. Be flexible. Things may change. You might not be doing the same thing as you've done in age group, high school, but you're doing it for your team. That's what matters. And recovery is important. Managing your time. I used all these images from Google Images for non-commercial use, so under Creative Commons. So that was just that. Enhances credibility on my website with the images I used, and just kind of adds a little bit more to it. So that can be used for an educational aspect for people looking at my website for a couple more tips, not through links right available immediately on my website on the slideshow. Then under evaluations, we're obviously going to have this screencast that I'm doing right now. We have my tech blog, which I enjoyed doing. I've never had a blog before, so I enjoyed making a blog. Started with my introductory, basically the same thing, a little bit different than I wrote on my website. Same thing, different shape. And here's just my picture again. More of me. And then we did wikis, which is a very great way to enhance interaction in the website and, making sure students really grasp the concept. They can adjust things that are written, they can change things that are written on a wiki website, and just can further their knowledge on whatever the topic is. You can use them in many different ways in the classroom. It's a great thing to use. And then my last blog was on copyright fair use. Overall, this is just important, not just like in a classroom setting, but just anywhere. You never want to use something that's not yours without permission. So it's just a little bit about that. I got to write about the importance and what everything means based off an article that we read. So then we just have some more resources, stuff that relates to swimming on the side here, Wikipedia, and yeah. So that was my blog. And then you can contact me, and I last revised this on today, 10/9/2021. So kind of just wraps it all together, shows that it's up to date. So overall, enjoyed making my website, and hopefully this is a great education tool for the aspect of me not looking to be like a classroom teacher, but educating those who want to compete collegiately, and hoping that by looking at this website, it gives them a better understanding of how the process works and things that can help them to get through the process of being recruited. And then, of course, my digital story kind of showing more in depth, just like how things work, and then just, what it's all about. But yeah, that's about it. That's my website. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.